Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and these are the excess clips I've got left over from the latest Time to Kill production. And I thought what I'd try this week is maybe pick a topic and then riff on that for a little while, you know, just talk about my thoughts on certain aspects. And, well, this time I'd like to talk about the topic of video length. Now, believe it or not, I actually take this whole video editing lark quite seriously, so I do pay some sort of attention to how long my videos are and how long I write them for. Now, with YouTube, you don't tend to see people making videos that are hours and hours long, so generally speaking, most videos are fewer than 15 minutes long. That's just about, you know, the standard for YouTube. For some people, it's the actual limit. In my case, I could upload hour-long videos, but the general expectation for a YouTube video is to be anywhere between maybe 1 and 15 minutes. So for the sake of this discussion, we'll consider a short video to be one that's maybe between 1 and 4 minutes long. That would be a short format, and a long video would be anything longer than that. For instance, my Modern Warfare 2 weapon guides, they weighed in about 4 to 9 minutes. I consider them to be moderately long, and they flowed into the Black Ops weapon guides, which were definitely long videos. The longest of those was 12 minutes. Which, from a script writing perspective, is quite a substantial amount of verbiage. I think that weighs in at approaching 2,000 words. It wasn't until Modern Warfare 3 that I started to experiment with what were shorter videos. If you recall, the Weapon Guide Express series, which unfortunately is no longer available on YouTube, that weighed in at around 1 minute and 45 seconds. And it actually had most of the information that was covered in the previous weapon guides, with the exception of history. That was excluded. They were purely gameplay focused, but they were very, very rapid paced and tightly scripted. So those were my first experiments in a major way with short videos, and from the outset they were quite divisive amongst my fan base. I think a lot of people expected the regular length, the 5 to 10 minute or upwards videos that I'd done for the previous games. And the whole Weapon Guide Express was something new. So you could say they were controversial for those reasons, but I have to say, from my own sort of personal critique of them, I thought they were fairly successful. I thought they were well paced and had a host of other advantages that really did lend them suitability for YouTube. One of the best things about them is that they were quicker to produce in almost every aspect. They were quicker to write, they were quicker to edit, they were quicker to upload, they were quicker to process. They were just generally more lightweight. Another side effect of the shorter format was that the videos became very, very focused. They were very, very fast-paced, and they got to the point incredibly quickly. So for an audience that doesn't maybe have the best attention span, these videos were perfect. They were really tailor-made for the ADHD generation, which I hate to say, much of the COD audience probably doesn't have the greatest attention span. So Weapon Guide Express was almost tailor-made for that portion of the audience. Of course, they do have some disadvantages in that the shorter length may have left some people feeling shortchanged, although I think that was abated by the fact that I was uploading them daily. And I suppose a more compressed format can sometimes gloss over important stuff, or maybe sometimes not give enough attention to a certain topic. And that's really the key advantage of longer videos. You get more gameplay, they're more substantial overall, and you can cover more. You can just talk about, you know, pretty much whatever you like. And you don't have to worry about the terseness of the script. You don't have to be as compact. You can just, if it wants to be 5 minutes on a particular attachment or a topic, then, you know, let it be 5 minutes. It's a slower paced, it's not as punchy, it doesn't need to be. If your audience expects to sit down and listen for 10-15 minutes, then, you know, going off on a bit of a sidetrack doesn't matter so much. The disadvantages of longer videos really boil down to the fact that they're much more work. And also the most perverse thing about YouTube is you get paid per view, effectively, rather than per minute viewed, which means from an ad revenue perspective, there's really very little incentive to produce a lavish 10-minute video if you're going to earn the same as you would on a 1 minute long video. which, you know, maybe for some isn't a consideration, but from a video making professional's point of view, it generally makes more sense to go for a shorter format. But each have their pros and cons, and I think you've got to consider more than just flat out views and advertising revenue. You've also got to consider your audience and try and separate out the simple view count from the span of attention. Because somebody who clicks onto a 1 minute long video and watches 15 seconds, as a viewer, is maybe not worth as much from a channel's perspective as somebody who watches all of a 10-minute video. I mean, viewers who pay attention and actually watch the entirety of a production are generally, they are better viewers. They are people who will be more likely to engage with you and more likely to watch your future stuff. So, long videos aren't all bad. They might look bad on the balance sheet, but they do have longer-term dividends, which can pay off. So in my opinion, it pays to have a mix of videos. I mean, the long videos really, you could consider them fan service. They are for the hardcore fans, for the people who enjoy your videos and want to spend more time watching them. But the shorter videos also have their place, and in terms of obviously being more efficient in terms of ad revenue and also attracting new viewers, I think you'll find that short videos generally do a better job of attracting non-committed viewers. If someone's only casually interested in checking out your videos, if they click onto it by accident, then having a really tightly paced short video that grabs in their attention and entertains them for whatever short attention span they might have, I think that generally does a job of securing first-time subscribers. So I think for a channel, it's good to have a mix of content. It's good to have the longer stuff and the shorter stuff. And that's something I've definitely been thinking about for the future of Xbox Ahoy and, well, all of my channels, I suppose. Shorter videos definitely have their place. You don't want to make a video longer than it has to be. And of course, I've been thinking about the future of the weapon guides. And a thought struck me, actually. And I want to clarify that nothing at this time is definite. I am at this stage entirely uncertain of what will happen come November. But one potential thing is that I produce 2 parallel series. I do a weekly long-format weapon guide. And in addition to that, I also produce an abridged express guide in the shorter format, sub 2 minutes. And so that way you've got the best of both worlds, really. You've got a nice, meaty, substantial chunk of information. And you've also got a bite-sized, easy-to-digest, and quick reference video as well. I think both of which serve a different but important purpose. So one thing I might be looking to for the next series is to produce these 2 parallel guides and construct the format so that it works, both as a long and short format video. Of course, the best thing about that is double the ad revenue, which is always a consideration as a video making professional. Some might call it double dipping, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Anyway, those are my thoughts on video length and a bit of an insight into my plans as far as the weapon guides formats are concerned. As personally, I actually rather liked Weapon Guide Express. I thought it worked really, really well. I like to have the tightly written format, so I do want to see a return of that. But at the same time, of course, I know many people would like to see more substantial, more in-depth videos, and I think there's room for both. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been my thoughts on video length. Until next time, farewell.